Social Academy, and Sini, and this is our student Anisha. Today we are going to conduct a speaking mock test. Shall we start?
Sure.
What is your name?
My name is Anisha Manworkis and I would be happy if you call me Anisha.
Where do you come from?
I'm coming from the district Bhadradita, which is approximately 45 kilometers away from the center.
Describe your hometown.
Yes. The hometown that I'm coming from is from the Madamal region, which is very much famous for the Pamba River, which has many religious significance to it. And talking about it, the Asia's largest Christian convention is conducted on the banks of the river. And it's also popular for the recreational centers for the residents.
What is your favorite place to relax in your hometown?
My favorite place would definitely be the public garden in our hometown, which is well managed by the local panchayats. It's also a center for physical activities and also we can interact with our neighbors and residents.
Do you like to read books?
Yes, I love to read books. In fact, it's one of my favorite recreation activities that I do in my spare time. I like to read newspapers and journals, and it's also the best mental exercise that I can do for my brain.
What is the importance of reading newspapers?
Reading newspapers has many significance to it, and the primary reason is the general knowledge that you can acquire from it. And there are also different sectors, such as we can know about the global economic situation all around the world, and also the sports field and scientific information.
Who is your favorite author?
My favorite writer is the Agatha Christie, which is an American writer. In the recent years, I have growing interest towards criminology and forensics, and her book is the best way that I can have a mental escape from my stressful life.
Well, we have come to the end of a part. Now we will move on to the cue card session. This is your question, and you have 1 minute to prepare your answer. Your time is up. You may start now.
I would like to talk about an interesting neighbor in my hometown who is a senior resident, and her name is Mrs. Sheila George, and she has been working as a physician for the past 40 years. So even her in her 70s, she's a very lively, bubbly and active person in her elderly age. And even after her retirement phase, she still continues to consult patients free of charge, especially patients who are not so financially able to afford the hefty expenses at the healthcare institutions. So for these reasons, she volunteers her time for the service of the needy people. Besides that, she also upholds a great moral value as a human being, and I am sure that for younger generations, she's a true inspiration and a motivation. Apart from that, she's not just a neighbor to me, but a very close person to me, because she always brings a positive mindset to me. And there's a quote that I still remember, it still rings to my ears. She once told me that it's a blessing to give than to receive, and that those words still motivates me to go and find the right path. And for these many reasons, she is not just an interesting person, but a great human being and a true friend to me also.
How often do you see your neighbors?
I see my neighbors very often, especially when I go outside. I get to see them, and also I invite them to my house to have a cup of tea and biscuits. So in that gathering, we can have a social connection and good fellowship with each other by exchanging our views and opinions on different matters.
How can one help their neighbor?
There are many ways one can help their neighbor, and the residents in my area are mostly elderly people, and they need assistance when it comes to technology and commuting to different places. So since I have a driving license, I make sure that I can bring commodities to them and also transport them to their places that if they want.
What are the qualities of a good neighbor?
A good neighbor has many virtues, and those are the compassion, the helping mentality and the approachable nature so that people can rely them when it comes times of need and emergencies. For instance, like when people go out of town, the nearby neighbors can collect their milk packets and newspapers, and also when I was in need, the neighbor helped me to procure medications from the pharmacy and they brought over the food for us. So which was a great help for me when I was really in need. Apart from that, you can say that a neighbor is a helper, it's a person who helps us in little situations in life.
Speaking about belonging, how does national identity tie with this?
There are many ways that national identity can have connection to the society, especially it represents our culture, the tradition, the way how we are brought up, the customs and the belief. Especially coming from a country like India, we have different cultures and tradition. To have a unifying experience, we need to have a mutual respect to all and also understand the national identity and also instill this value to the future generations.
How does it benefit a nation?
There are definitely many ways that national identity can help a nation. The foremost one is the tourism industry, which is a fast-growing industry all over the world. And when we travel to abroad countries, we are the ambassadors of our country. We represent our nation as a whole. So people seeing our good behavior, they get inspired to come and visit our countries. So in that way, the government can generate a huge revenue from it and also indirectly put that for different development sectors.
Thank you, Alicia. This is the end of your speaking test.
Thank you, ma'am.